Hey guys, welcome back. So now we will see some more methods of a stream, right? So we have seen that few methods in my previous video. Here I will start with a method called find any. So this method we will talk about the find any method which we have as a part of a stream interface. So let me write here find any. Now if you look at, this is my list where I'm generating one list, and then I will talk about first what is find any. So find any means, the name itself says that you find any object, any stream of object which is matching with some criteria, right? So let me do one thing. Let me press control click on find any. If you'll go to the find any, if you look at here, the return type is what? Optional of T. Return type is the optional of T, and T is the object which your list has, right? T is the object your list has. Now when you look at here, how we have to write? So we know that list dot stream return type is the stream of a string, right? Because we are storing the string kind of data. So let me write here, the output is going to be a stream of a string, then create a reference, control space is equal to this. So this is the output of list.stream, right? We'll get a stream of a string. Then what I will do, when we say find any, which means we have some filter, based on the filter we want to find the data, right? So let me write some filter here. I can write here stream dot filter, and filter will take predicate, and we know that predicate we have test method, right? So there are multiple way of writing the predicate. Let me write one predicate and show you. This predicate will take a string data and create a reference. So we can write the predicate. We know that predicate has only one method called test method. Press control click on predicate, it has only test method. So this will take the type of object which you supply, and the return type is always going to be a boolean, right? So come back, this is my string, and then what I'm trying to do here is, let's say I'll write a dot contains, this is my one predicate. Let's say if I will write a, so this is my one predicate. Either you guys, if you focus here, there are two sections. One is the lambda expressions, which is nothing but the function. So what is this? People will ask you in the interview. This is the implementations of the test, okay? And this is your return type of this function, which is nothing but predicate. So either you can copy the test from here, you can pass it here, right? So this will do a filter. This will do a filter based on the predicate. And if you look at the return type here, so let me write filter is equal to, and press control and then create local variable. So look at here, again a stream of a string, the filter also the same thing, right? Now on this filter I can call filter dot find any, right? So when I call find any, which means it will give me any match will to this, any match will happen to this predicate, right? So the moment when you write a stream, the moment you have a stream, and when you call this filter method, internally it runs a loop, and for the entire collections of the stream it will check for this predicate. If anywhere a matches, it will give you the return type, right? It will give you the return type, and you have a method called find any. So find any will give you the matching one, but again the see this is a stream, but when you run in the, when you actually modify the list, this find any will not guarantee that every time you'll get the same output, right? Let's say this is your list, when you call find any, your output will be different. So let me store this data, and let me show you what I'm trying to say, that so that I can make it very clear for you. So this is what is the return type of find any. It's an option of a string. So the options of a string object, and we have seen that the find any return type is the options of t, which means options of object. Now once you have a find any, okay, so this find any return type is the options of a string. So if I write one print statement, and if I write find any, I'm just trying to print that, okay. If I will run that, let me show you by running it. So look at your first output, you got AA, right? And then again you got double A, which is the output of your this line number 35 and 36. Now the question here is, why I am saying that every time you will not get AA? The reason being is, let's say somebody will modify the list, right? When someone will modify the list and he will add one more object to the list called AAA at the beginning. So now in that case, what it would be the output. Let's say if I will go and if I will manipulate like this, and then I will add AA here. So my output will obviously will change, right? Because I'm modifying the list. So that's where I was trying to say that when you have a find any, it will not guarantee that in every run you will get the same output. Got it? Now whenever we write a find any, if you look at now, you can focus here. This is my function, this is my predicate. When you say a find any, either you find that when sometimes let's say it did not match, right? Assume that I was looking for EE, it did not match, right? Then we have a method called or else, right? So either if found return, or else you can write anything. It's up to you what data you want to write. So whenever the find will not match, it will return null. In this case it will return null. Let me show you. See, it is returning null. So that's how find any will help you. So we have some more example of find any. We will try to understand into the details. Now look at this method, guys. Focus here. You have an array list, okay. You have an array list, and then what you have is you have a print method. So the print method, on the list you are calling a stream, and then you have a filter. So inside the filter, you know that filter will take predicate as an input. So this is my predicate, right? I can take this predicate out and I can write like this. Let me show you by writing that. Intentionally I always try to write these things so that once you will watch my video, you don't need to again go and read somewhere, okay. This should be the final one. That's how I make sure that. So this is the predicate. So I can copy the predicate from here and I can just paste it here. This will also work fine, okay. I'm saying that you find any or else return null. This is my one. The second one, if you focus here, this is my array list, second array list, number list, and on number list I'm calling a stream and I'm writing one filter. So this is another predicate. And you know how this works, guys. The moment you will call a stream, internally it runs a loop, and when you call a filter, this filter will be applied on every object in the list. It will be applied for every object in the list. So one by one, this object, whatever object you are saying, that it will get assigned to this variable, okay. And then these functions will get executed. It will do a modulus. So when equal to 0, find any, okay. And then, guys, after find any, you have or else, or you have one conditions also, if present. So if present return type is actually if it is true, right? If present, and let's say in case of if present, I'm just printing it. So you can write your own conditions in your coding. So you can just put that if present, then you can write some coding, because this if present return type method, if you press control and click on if present, look at here. Sorry, so by the way, it's not boolean. Return type is the void, but if present basically, okay, sorry. So there are two things, guys, we need to understand. One return type is the boolean, okay, and one if present, and this is present, right? So mainly we use this method. Sometimes when we write some conditions, we use this is present, but here I have written if present. So both are different. Like if present will take a consumer, and this is my consumer, guys. So you know that consumer will take the object and it will process it. So if I have to write a consumer, let me show you. If I have to write a consumer of type string, and when you press control and click on consumer has only one method, accept method, which will just process your object. It will not do anything, it will just process your record. Return type is the void for the consumer. So accept will take only one argument. So let me make this reference consumer, one argument. I don't need to write parenthesis, it is not mandatory, and I can write a CISO. I'm just printing it, right? So you can do apart from that, apart from printing, you can try to do some more things, okay, and you can try to do some R&D. So this consumer I can copy from here, I can pass it like this. Either I pass it like this, okay. So let me copy this so that you can correlate what is the difference basically. And let me copy this consumer. Either you pass consumer here, right? You might be wondering, one thing is we write, what is the problem here? Okay, because here type should be integer. It is complaining because this list is of type integer. So you might be wondering, like in what case we should write consumer outside, and in what case we should write inside. See, whenever you know that your consumer is going to be used by other class also, you write outside the method. In fact, you can write it here your consumer, so that you can call from different class by making the object of this class. This consumers and predicate will be called outside also, guys. It's a code reusability, right? But whenever you know that your consumer or predicate or by consumer is specific to your method, then you go ahead and you can write as a method argument, okay. So if present, like if this present, then call this consumer. Clear? There is a method called is present. Is present is also very useful method, because you know that find any return type is the stream. So when it is a stream, you cannot take decision on that. And when you say is present, this guy will give you the return type as in boolean, right? So let me show you by doing that. So it's up to you. If you want to write some conditions, you can go ahead and you can use is present. See, return type is the boolean, whereas if present, it will just return type is the void, it will just process your data, right? That's the difference, guys. So you got it, is present and is present, sorry, if present or is present. If present will just process your record, return type is the void, whereas the is present return type is the boolean, right? And if you look at here, so what we have a print method, right? This print method will process your data, and what I have here is one list, right? So this is one list. So in the list, now let me explain you something here. First of all, let me comment all this I have did for your understanding purpose. So in the same list, there is a add method which is adding the record, right? You can see that the same list reference is getting consumed here. There is a add one method. What this guy will do, at index 0 it will go and add the data, okay. So now if you look at this class, all these print method is the non-static, so definitely I need to create object for that. I am creating the object for that, and first I am calling add method. So when I will call add method, my list will have the data. Then I am calling a print method. When I will call the print method, what basically happens is this print method will get called and it will process the record, right? You can see that it will process the record this on the list. The same list is getting referenced here. It will process the record, then I will get some output. Then again on the same list I'm calling add one. So add one will go and modify the data at index number 0, and then I'm calling a print method. So now let's see that. That's what I was talking about. Like find any will not guarantee that what output you will get. In first case, so scroll here. So in Eclipse, line number 26, you focus, guys, and line number 28. So in 28, when I printed, I got output is equal to AA. Cool. Then line number, you can see that line number 32. So in line number 32, find any, the output was 202, perfectly fine, right? Then what happened is, line number Eclipse 55, I call add one method. So add one, it went ahead and it modified the list at the 0 index, the same list. And then when it modified, and when I call this print method, now at line number 28, you will get this data, because it also contains a, right? That's what your predicate is all about. It is looking for contains a. The data got modified, guys. Okay, let me do one more thing. So let me, after adding this, let me print the list, so that I don't want you to have any confusion. Then again, after add one, let me print the list. Now you can easily understand. See, this is the list after modifying the record. This is before that. That's why I was saying that when you will call find any method, it will not guarantee that every time you will get the same data if you are modifying the list. Clear? Right? So we came to know about find any method, if present method, each present method. We are all good with that. Now let's focus on another example. This example is actually a very simple example, where you have a list and you are writing a filter. Okay, you are writing a filter, you are checking for if modulus is equal to 0, then you are doing that find any, and you find it anyone which has, then if present, like if that is present, then just print it, right? Just print it. So this is very simple. This output you will get 202, nothing else. So I think the same example I repeated 202, so that you will get a confidence. And again, the filter, guys, what input it will take? It will take the input as an predicate. Press Ctrl, click on predicate, and predicate has a test method. Clear? Go back to the example, right? Now I will go to example number 4. So focus here, example number 4. So if you remember, I was talking about a stream, right? I was talking about the stream. So what happens is, let me quickly go through the stream first. In previous video, I have explained you the type of a stream. So one stream, you guys know, till now you have seen that on the list I can call a stream, and a stream will give us a stream of the object, and we can we can perform some methods. Similarly, let's say you want to create integer stream, right? You don't want to use list here, you just want to create integer of the stream. So there is a int stream, right? There is a interface called int stream. This int stream has couple of method. You can see that not couple of, there is a lot of method, right? There is a lot of method, but whatever I am covering for a stream, same method, you mostly will see the same method. See, all match, any match, find any, find first, all I have covered, right? Collect, right? For each, then map to double, this everything I'll be covering it. Distinct I have covered, right? So all methods is going to be same, guys, no matter what stream it is. So it's a int stream. Int stream, the name itself says that it will give you the integer stream. Now there is a method called off. Okay, so press Ctrl, click on off. When you go to the off method, it will take list of integer, right? Basically it will take multiple integer value. So whenever you have variable like this, like int triple dot values, means it can take the list of integer, right? It's like take multiple integer data, this off will take. So that is the reason I am able to supply multiple integer data, and the return type of int stream dot off return type is the int stream, right? So this what you have already a stream. A stream has a method called filter, guys. We have seen that earlier also. A stream has a method called filter. Similarly, int stream also has a method called filter. In filter, you know that this is the predicate. Okay, in predicate, what happens is one by one, when you call any method on the int stream, one by one the loop will run, and one by one this integer object will get assigned to this variable, and then after this arrow mark, whatever implementations you will have, that implementations will get processed. So the same object will check if it is greater than 24, then dot find any, it will find anyone which is greater than 24, and then if present, if that is present, then you know that if present will take a consumer, and you know that consumer has no return type, so you can just process the data, right? So let me write a consumer of type integer, so it is just for processing the data. So I can write a consumer and then a SYSO, and I can write a. So this is my consumer. Copy this consumer from here, paste it here. So this is my consumer. Either I write that way or this way, both works fine. What is the problem? Why it is complaining? Okay, I got it. It is complaining because here my type of data which I need to process, it is of int stream. So that's where it is complaining, like if present, it is complaining me to go and change the consumer to int consumer. Like similar to consumer, we have a int consumer also, guys. Okay, that I have covered when I was talking about consumer. So I can write one consumer like this. Similarly, whatever you have seen here for int stream, similarly you can create a long stream of data. Okay, there is actually a interface called long stream. It has off method, so press Ctrl, click on off, and you can see that it takes multiple long records, it takes multiple long object, right? Whenever you see triple dot, which means it will take multiple long object. That is the reason I'm supplying multiple long object. Okay, so for you it will be looking like an integer. Let me add this L. Now you can understand this is all is long, right? So this you have something called long stream. Okay, this you have a long stream. Now long stream dot filter. Okay, so on this long stream I'm writing a filter, and filter will take up, again this is the predicate. So one by one your long object from here will be assigned here to this variable, and whatever after arrow mark you have, which is nothing but a function, so these functions will get evaluated. If matches, then it will find, and then is present, it will print that. Similarly, you have something called double stream dot off. So double stream dot off, if you look at here, it gives us the double stream, right? It gives us the double stream. Again press Ctrl, click on off. So this method, again it will take multiple record of double, right? And then on this, since it is a double stream, I can call a filter method, and one by one this double will get assigned to this D object, and whatever you have after arrow mark, this function will get evaluated, then it will find, and if present, then it will print that. So guys, what we understood here is, on the list earlier we were calling that list.stream, which will give you the stream of list object. Similarly, we have something called, you can see that the output is getting printed, okay, based on the filter conditions. Similarly, let's say you want to have int stream, you can go ahead, you can create the int stream like this. Okay, then similarly you have something called long stream, and similarly you have something called double stream, right? So these are the method you have in the int stream. When you say dot, right, so you can see that these are the operations you can perform on the int stream. So whatever actually you are able to do on that stream, same you can perform on the int stream also, guys. Okay, int stream also we can perform the same things, and you can see that find any method if present is working fine, right? Now there is a last example I will try to cover. If you look at here, what we have a main method, and we have a one list, right? So on this list I can call a stream, and then I'm calling a filter. In filter, one by one this string object will get assigned to this X, and then whatever you are seeing that after angle bracket, it's a function. So these functions will get evaluated. If any match will happen, then if present method will take consumer as an input, it will print the data. So this is the consumer, right? Let me copy this consumer. Let me write outside consumer of string is equal to, right, I can straight away write like this. I can copy the consumer from here and I can just remove this. I can paste the consumer here, right? Similarly, on the same list, I have a stream, then dot find any, then if present, right, then print it. Now focus here, this is the important one. There is a method called get method, right? There is a method called get method. So this get method return type is different. So just write get. On this find any, you can call get also. And the get, when you say get, the return type is the string, guys. So focus here. But let's say if you have only till find, right? So if you have only till find any, and when you create a local variable here, when you just hover here and then click on create local variable, what is the return type? It's the option of a string. So whenever you want a string data out of from the option, you need to call a get method, guys. Got it? You need to call a get method. The get method will give you the string data. See, it's not a string. The get method will give you the kind of data your list object has. So if your list has integer data, get method will give you integer. If your list has double data, get method will give you double. If your list has float data, get method will give you float. That's how it is. Okay, you got it, where we have to use get and where we don't have to, right? Similarly, there are a few methods which we would like to understand. So there is a method called max method. Okay, there is a method called max method in the stream class, which basically will give you the max data among the list, which will give you the max data among the list. So if you look at a student is the class and I'm calling get list of a student. So I have explained a lot of time, again I will cover. So when you will call this method get list of students, basically it will give you the list of a student object, and in this list you can see that I'm adding lot of a student object and I'm returning the list, right? This is this student class I have already explained. It has a 2 members and we have one constructor corresponding to these members. So I'm able to add name and age to this list of type a student object, right? Let me come back, and this is a static in the nature, so I can call by the class name. So a student dot get list, which will give me the list of a student. Now list 2 dot stream dot max, right? And then in this max, when you press control click on max, what is the input type, guys? Max takes input as a comparator. And if you try to remember, I have given n number of example when I was talking about the comparator, right? When I was talking about the functional interface, I have covered this in very details, guys. Okay, so if you have any doubt, please watch that. But I will show you how to write one comparator. I will not go into the details, but I will show you. See, the comparator, you can look at here, I have written here comparator. So this comparator, how it functions is, I am writing a comparator. So comparator has a method called comparing. Okay, comparator has a method called comparing, and this comparing, what happens is, based on the field, if you want to sort your data, it will do a sorting. So a student, this is the method reference, guys. This also I have covered. So in a student, and that's how we create a method reference get name. So what happens in this a student object, basis of get name, the sorting will happen. Okay, the sorting will happen. Let me write another one comparator so that you will get a confidence. So let me write comparator dot remove the angle bracket dot comparing let me write it here so that I can get the method populated. I just wanted to show you dot, you can see that it has a method called comparing. See, this all comparing method I have covered. So let me write comparing, Now when I write a comparing, can I use as a function without method reference? Yes. So when you say compare dot comparing, okay, what I'm going to compare? So let me write x dot. Okay, before that I need to create a reference. So I can create the reference here, comparator of a student. Now the fields will come x. Why it is not coming? X dot get age. Okay, right, this is my another comparator. Let me copy from here and I can paste it here. Make this as a static, make this as a comparator 1. You can see that now you have two comparator, one by using method reference, one by using a function, right? Same thing, this method can I convert into a function? So copy here, paste it. And guys, one more thing, let me write that so that you will get more confidence. Comparator which will take a student, sorry, it's not a stream, it's a student, right? Create a reference is equal to comparator dot comparing. Now I want to compare based on the age, so a student, and then a student I have, right? Then I can create a method reference and then G control a space bar, so I can write a get age, which means I am writing a comparator which will do a sorting based on the age. So both, if you look at, both are same. One I am using a function, one I am using a method reference. So when I write a functions, what happens is this comparing will check the type of object in the comparator. It is the type of object is the student, guys. When type of object is the student, this x will get a student object one by one, and since it is the student object, you can call the method of the student class. When you do x dot get, when you do though it is not coming in the drop down, you can write get age and your compile time error will go off, which means it is working fine. You can understand. So these are the comparator I have created, guys. Clear? So this comparator, you know that the purpose is for sorting. Now there is a method called max. So in this max, when you supply the comparator, right, when you supply the comparator in the max, we have seen that max method will take comparator as an argument. When you supply that, what is the return type of the max you will get? You will get options of a student. Let me remove this, press control, click on create local variables, the options of a student. You can see it here also. Click on max, see what is the return type? Options of T, means options of object which list has. So options of a student. Now once you have options of a student on this max, so the moment you have options, option has a method called get method, guys. Same thing was happening in case of find any also, right? You have a get method, you can call a get method. This get method will give you, it will give you the specific data. Okay, don't write get, it will consider this as a method. So when you do like this, it will get a student. So once you have the student in this get method, you can see that same thing I'm doing, that max dot get name plus space max dot get age. I'm just printing it, right? Look at the mean example. So the mean example, what happens is same, a list of a student I'm calling, then a stream, and there is a method called mean method. Again there is a comparator. Okay, so what is the comparator? I'm doing that name based on name. This is the comparator which I'm using, that which I've written by using method reference. So this will compare, and then it will give me the options of a student, right? And then it will give the minimum the list one from the list, and then I'm doing that get name get age, right? Clear? Then there is other method called limit method, guys. You focus here. The other method, if you look at here, you have a list of a student on the stream. You are calling the method called limit, and you are limiting to 4, means you will get first 4 output. Okay, what is the return type of this limit? A stream of a student. So once you have a stream of a student as a return type of this limit, you can run a for each loop. And you know that in case of for each loop, when you go inside, your for each loop input is consumer. Okay, so consumer will just process the data, it will not do anything. So in the for each, what happens is one by one the stream will come here, the stream of a student will come here, it will get assigned X, and then after arrow whatever you will write, it will get evaluated. So in system output println, look at this operations I am doing that just from the student object. I am getting the name and then I am putting some space and then I am getting the age, right? Let's run this program, let's try to understand. So look at this first output. So go to the first output where we have, so we have first output at line number 37. So if contains CC, find any and print. So CC got printed, guys, you can see that Eclipse line number 37. Then Eclipse line number 39, find any, a stream dot find any. So if you look at here on the stream, I am not writing any filter in line number Eclipse here, right? Eclipse line number 39, I am not writing any filter. I am just saying that on the stream find any, you find anyone, and if that present, just print it. So anyone you find present, print it. So it will pick up the first data AA from the list, and it worked fine. Now go to the another print statement, the max one, the line number 54 in my Eclipse. So what I'm trying to print, I'm getting that the max data, right? And then I'm trying to print from the list of students. So go to the list of students, guys. What is the max data? So when you go list of students, and when you do a sorting based on the name, this is the max one where you have name test5 and age is equal to 50. So this is the max data, guys. Okay, and what is the mean data? The mean data can be test1 and 40. Test1 and 40 is the mean data. So let's see that how output came. So test 5 and 50 is the max data, you can see that. And when we went to the mean example, line number 68, we have a print where we are running a comparator. We got a mean data, we are printing it. So test 1 and 40 is the mean data, because the comparator, it does comparison based on the name. Line number 22 in the Eclipse, right? It does the comparison based on the name, which means test 1 is the lowest one, right? Then go for the limit, guys. So when you go for the limit, line number 76 in my Eclipse, in 76 in my Eclipse, if you look at limit dot for each, okay, and I'm limiting to 4, so I will get only 4 output. And once I'm limiting it, my return type is the stream of a student, so I can run a for each loop, and then I'm just printing name and age. You can see that first 4 record got printed from the list, right? Test 1, test 5, test 3 and 2, which probably you can see that here also. Let me show you in list of students. See here, first 4, right? 40, 50, 30 and 20. Clear, right? Same it came here, 40, 50, 30 and 20. With this, I'll close the video. In next video, I'll talk about some more concepts. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching this.